everyone. It's come this time of this week where Moon Knight has tragically ended. It's been a very fun show. Very fun. I've reviewed all of them. You can check them out. But today I'm here to tell you my thoughts on the final episode, the finale, if you will. So this one is obviously about how Mark was left in the afterlife after Steven died, or was turned to stone, and it's more about what Harrow is getting to do in the real world, maybe, question mark. I'm not even gonna pretend to know what actually happened in the show. I don't know what was real, I don't know what wasn't real. The whole thing is like, there's like the main storyline you're following, there's the afterlife stuff, but then like the afterlife and the hospital I thought were one and the same. But there's also the hospital stuff, the insane asylum stuff going on. It's a lot. I'm just as confused as Mark and Steven are. And I'm like, man, I hope all the superhero stuff was real. I don't know, because it was cool. But I got to say, this, like, as an episode overall, might be the worst one. I told my brothers today that I don't really have a whole lot to say about this episode, because I told y'all last week, I was scared for it. I was like, I feel like there's still so much you need to know. And I think the 6 episode formula is just like, it's kind of being like, I don't know, I feel like it really rushed this show in particular. I just feel like the past 2 episodes were rushed, especially this one. Like, this just felt like a big, like, it was just rushed to finish. I just wish that there was at least one more episode for things to be like fleshed out a little bit more. The big finale fight showdown is most definitely worth it. It's probably the best action in the show. Yeah, you get a very Godzilla versus Kong-ish thing going on. Spoiler alert now, because I've held off from saying some things that I gotta talk about now. So Steven obviously gets brought back to life through the power of love or something. I don't know. That's another thing. I was like, what is this afterlife? I don't understand the rules here. He fell, and I thought he was like eternally stone. But then Mark fell down there, and he had the time to run and say like a 5-minute speech to him before he even like started to turn to stone. And then once they both like they both froze, like some ball thing formed, and then that made it to where they could be alive again. And I'm just like, what? So Steven's alive. So as I was saying, the action was a lot cooler because you get to see Moon Knight and Mr. Knight switch back and forth because they're like in sync now, which is really cool. And Steven's like a fighter now, so it's pretty cool. And you get to see Amit in her full form, which is pretty cool. I think that's where all the CGI went, was towards Khonshu and Amit, because some of the CGI in the show is kind of jank. And Torwet, whatever her name is, they all look good. But like Pharaoh's purple magic stuff to me looks pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Other than the Moon Knight, Mr. Knight action, this is even a debatable like phrase I'm about to say, is that other than that, Layla is the best part of the episode. Like, she actually just might be the best because she merges with Torwet and becomes this superhero. I don't know who she is. I know that Eric Voss was speculating that she's become the Scarlet Scarab. I don't know who that is. So that might be who this is that she's become. But it's really cool. She has like these wings. She's like kind of like the female version of like the Falcon. She's like the Falcon and like Wonder Woman in one. She could be an original creation. The MCU's done it before, I think. I mean, I know Coulson is an original. And Quake? Was Daisy Johnson in Quake? I think that was like an MCU original. Maybe not. I don't know. She's awesome. She's really cool in this episode. And I hope to see more of her in the future. I also hope to see more Moon Knight, because what the heck? You get the end credit scene with Jake Lockley. We're all wondering when he was going to come into play. But there was another Jake reference, because Moon Knight goes ham at one point, and there's blood everywhere. And it's happened a couple times in the show, and everyone has spectated that was Jake the whole time. But then the post-credit scene is Jake Lockley breaking Harrow out of an insane asylum, and then murders him in the back of a car. And Khonshu's like, haha. It's because he released Mark and Steven. He's like, well, they're chumps because they're more damaged than they know. Meet my friend Jake Lockley. So like he's still in charge of Jake, but he's let Steven and Mark go, I guess. But overall, I really enjoyed the series. I think it started super good and just kind of went down, but that's just my opinion. And I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. So, to each his own. I was just really wanting and expecting this to be the best one so far. And I would still say that Loki and WandaVision top this probably. Just because of expectations, the way. Maybe not WandaVision. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on it right now. But Loki is still definitely better than this one. And maybe in Hawkeye. I think that's debatable. I don't know. All I do know though is that Oscar Isaac better get tons of awards for this show. And even the actress who's playing Layla, she did some character swapping in this one also. Like hers was like more like crazy, like yelling, going back and forth. Maybe like yelling and then like emotion, and then like yelling and then just emotion. Top notch. I also heard that Instagram put up a video about the series finale of Moon Knight, and then they took it down and then uploaded it again, and it said season finale. So there might be a season 2 announcement soon. That or someone just goofed. Who knows? I do need to give credit to the show for not leaning on the MCU at all. Like, the only reference I think you get is in like mentioning the Black Panther afterlife. Like, other than that, it's like very separate, I feel like. There might be one or two. I don't think so though. So I applaud it for that being different. Let me know what you thought about the Moon Knight season finale in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, check out all the other Moon Knight stuff, and I'll see you next time.